Welcome to Whiskey and Whiskers. This is episode 2, version
Fuck
857.
you.
This is Chop.
Gator.
Chris.
Blake.
So what do we got in the magic cooler this week there, bud?
Let's take a look. See, it seems like I haven't known what's going to be in the cooler like half the time. It's actually kind of exciting.
That is exciting.
Gator brought this one in today, so
Some suspense.
I've got a feeling this isn't like swill whiskey then, because I think he would not want to treat us like that.
let's see. Ooh, a rare J&B, a blend of the finest old Scotch whiskies.
Oh shit, Scotch, huh?
Justerini and Brooks, St. James Street, London.
It's that Scotch whiskey.
Blended Scotch whiskey.
For real though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're
Dipping into Scotch.
Yeah, this is a little different.
This is something like my family has always drank.
Uh-huh.
So like, there's pictures of me in diapers and
Drinking J&B.
bottles of this on the table. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
with a
cool.
nipple on it. You know, it's great.
Goes good with the pacifier.
So, do we take shots of this?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to drink this?
I think you can take shots of this the way I've had it. So just over ice. My
Okay.
grandpa used to drink it over ice. My grandma would mix it with water and ice.
I got you.
Or you just put enough ice, the ice melts. and
Yeah.
you get the water.
Yeah. It just depends on how strong you want it. But it's got like a good taste.
Well, I have to take a shot of it, I think.
Yeah, I
But
feel
then-
like if we didn't sip on TX, we got to at least take a shot of J&B.
Yeah.
but I agree.
Yeah, for sure. This is not an expensive bottle of booze.
Yeah, so it's got a metal lid. Oh, do we want to talk about the bottle? Tall, skinny. It's
Usually
heavy.
I'm against tall and skinny, but I do actually like the craft of this one because it almost looks like a big ass beer bottle.
And it's got that green color, that emerald green.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
good point.
A
Yeah.
yellow label with a red top. I always thought those were kind of cool color combinations.
Yeah, very Irish.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I originally thought when I saw it come out. I was like, oh, it's an Irish something.
I don't think the Irish get along with the Scottish though.
No, they don't wear kilts
Are
here.
they fighting over the color green?
I think so. I think they're after their Lucky Charms.
Oh. Is that what Braveheart was about?
Pretty sure.
It's got a nice pour.
Yeah.
So that's a thing with the bottle being long and skinny like that. It
Pours really well.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with some of the other whiskeys we've had too.
Noted. Well,
Pass those around.
get a taste of this shit.
Oh.
Nice.
All right, we ready to go?
All right. First taste of rare J&B.
All righty, let's do
Cheers.
it. Cheers.
Gentlemen.
I actually really like that.
Yeah. It's different. It's not as it's not sweet, but it's
Smooth.
It's got flavor.
yeah.
Not crunchy.
It tastes like something.
Isn't that cool?
Pretty hard bite though.
And I like that.
Definitely has some flavor. We'll get back into it
Yeah, I can see
later
the,
in the episode.
I can see the joy in that. Mm-hmm. So,
They got me.
this just in, and I don't really know much about this topic, but I know some of the guys here do. I guess Texas like unknowingly legalized weed.
Yeah, they definitely did. So, backstory here: they legalized CBD a while ago, and CBD is described as being, I think it's 3.2. That number may be a little bit off, but it's somewhere about 3.2% THC is allowed before it's considered to be THC in actual cannabis. Anything below that, it's known as CBD, and as of right now, the state of Texas does not have a way to test levels of THC. They can only test the presence of THC. And so for those of you that watch Live PD, you've probably seen a lot of people get pulled over and they'll have either an e-cig cartridge or a small amount of marijuana or something like that. And they'll be like, no, it's CBD. I bought it legally. I bought it at the store. It's CBD. And the cops test it and it shows up with THC. That's because even CBD has traces of THC in it. So these people are buying this thing that is completely legal in the state of Texas at a store and then going to jail for it. And in the case of like a cartridge, that's considered a felony in the state of Texas. So it's, they're getting felony charges for something that they literally bought at the gas station. And
Off.
Yeah.
and so
I want to know how many people have been arrested for this, and since it's been legal, like how many people have gotten in trouble and really had their shit pushed in, they never should. I mean,
And they're legit. They have
legally
CBD.
they never should have.
the numbers are outrageous. I mean, if you watch Live PD, which is only live a couple nights a week, you'll see at least 2 or 3 of these a night. Like it's ridiculous.
That is, yeah, that's crazy.
And so they're already throwing out a lot of cases. A lot of departments aren't allowed to prosecute without, basically consent from the district attorneys. And yeah, so they unbeknowingly basically legalized it. They can't really prosecute against it anymore. So
Yeah, isn't there some confusion with hemp and marijuana?
absolutely, it's the same thing. Hemp and CBD and all these other things, they don't have enough traces of THC to create the psychoactive reaction in your brain that causes you to quote unquote get high, right?
But it's opened the door now for actual weed because
they can't test the difference between the two. They would have to send it out of state, and at that point, the costs start to get so outrageous that they're losing money trying to prosecute something that they shouldn't be.
the trick
trying to
is you just have to
prosecute
tell the
anyways.
cop like this is CBD.
Yeah. There's no way they can roadside test the THC content.
Nope, they can only
And then you
test
tell 'em
it
to eat
if
a fat
if it's
dick.
the
That's what I would
existence.
tell 'em.
Yeah. I bought it from fucking
The gas
Sandmart
station
down the road.
Yep.
What's up?
They can't prove it. And I think I saw like the district attorney in Houston says that she will no longer prosecute any cases that are less than 4 ounces, which is a pretty good amount. So
Yeah.
Just another step in the legalization process that should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah, it just looks like a
Should have happened already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still happening.
well, the prohibition of marijuana, right? Just like we had the prohibition of whiskey a long time ago. We're seeing the back end of the prohibition on marijuana that's lasted a lot more years than the prohibition on alcohol did.
It's very true, and it's becoming like it's so fucking socially acceptable. Like, holy shit, man! I was talking to somebody recently that, like, I don't want to get in too much on who it was or anything like that, but like somebody that I've known for an exceptionally long time, like my entire life, and they were they're not people that are really down with like smoking pot or anything, never really have been, and even they were like, we took a couple edibles a little while back and like we kind of enjoyed it, and they fucking busted out like a little canister of fucking brownies from their fridge. And I was like,
man.
Nice.
are you fucking kidding me? And dude, like these same people gave me shit when I was like in my youth and trying pot for the first time, and now they're like, whatever.
It's becoming more socially acceptable.
Yeah, like a lot of things, there's science behind it now. The research is there, and it's proven to be a lot less harmful than many other things that are perfectly legal.
Right.
You know what else Texas did recently that is kind of fucked off? Maybe this is just an Austin thing, but
It's Austin.
dude, homeless.
It's Austin.
Yeah, it's definitely just Austin.
So there's been a couple places like if you go down to the Greenbelt, you can find little encampments.
So
and shit.
what happened, right?
But I don't know what happened. I just seen the difference. Like
So this week, basically, the city of Austin put a law into effect that made it legal for any person to lie down, camp, sit, basically live in any public area. Yeah, basically. I mean, it's no longer legal for them to sit outside in front of a business on a sidewalk if the sidewalk, is public domain, right? So, basically what's happening is there used to be enforcement where they would pull homeless people towards the shelters and kind of away from busy areas and cities and try to provide and help them get on their feet. And this law basically just says, hey, you know what, whether we help you or not, you can just kind of live wherever you want. It's public domain is free living space now.
what I've noticed is box cities.
Yep.
Like I've seen box cities from like the street. You're driving
Box
down
trolls.
you're driving down the highway and you do go under to bust a bitch or whatever, and there's a box city underneath the
You
bridge.
tell me I can live in a fort
Yeah.
for free?
There's a campsite
Eggs.
underneath the bridge of where I work now, and it's literally a bunch of tents out. It's a campsite.
Synced it.
Yep.
And used to they would bust that shit up and disperse it.
and clean it up. They would come through once a month and tell the people to disperse and clean up the messes and whatnot.
Do you think there's like a hierarchy in the bum community of like, oh, dude,
yeah.
I have a badass box fort. I've
Like
got
a
box
baller
castle.
bum?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think it exists.
I don't know. Don't you think it's
Oh,
kind of
you've got a-
transient? Like,
It exists on my drive home because I've seen it. It's in the woods, but in the median where nobody can really see, and you can only see it if you're stuck in traffic and going like less than 30 miles an hour. Because if you're moving, it just passes in a flash and you don't see it. But yeah, they figured that stuff out. This was before the law passed. Now I'm pretty sure now they're just on the sidewalk down in front of my work.
Oh, you've got a fucking box fort. Well, I've got a shit made out of pallets.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck now?
Well, and so what's gonna happen too is the city's getting a lot of pushback from businesses. All these businesses are gonna close now, right? Like they're wanting to get out of town. They don't want to have a homeless community, basically camped out in front of their business. It's gonna drive away customers. People aren't gonna come to the storefronts.
People are banging stupid thoughts on their box fort.
Yeah.
damn, man.
Like I'm imagining like a refrigerator box. What does a baller bum look like?
Like a bum house or a bum?
No, like this bum is just
He's got a cell phone.
He's
dog.
definitely got like a Mercedes car medallion that's stolen off an actual Mercedes, hanging from like
Well, I think-
like a dog chain.
I think the pinnacle of the homeless world is if you have a car. If you can live out of a car, I think you're fucking succeeding in the bum world.
And if you have a phone, I imagine if you had a phone, you're doing good.
They all got phones these days. Too.
Oh yeah.
Even if it does not connect to a network, if you got a phone, you're fucking.
But yeah, dude, I just imagine like
shopping carts aren't cool anymore. Or is that just standard? Like
that's just standard.
No, that's how you
Shopping
move.
cart. Yeah.
That's the U-Hauls.
Yeah, I don't think that's. You don't take a U-Haul with you. You just dump it. They're a dime a dozen, man. You know
You
how
can
many
return it anywhere.
Shopping carts you can pick
It's
up.
the most convenient U-Haul ever.
The most badass bum that I imagine looks a lot like a pimp. I think like either big, like a trench coat or a big ass fur coat or something like that. 'Cause
So-
it doesn't matter if it's 105 degrees outside. Like they're in some big badass shit that.
Austin Original, the most badass bum that ever existed. Rest in peace, Leslie.
Yeah. No
oh
shit.
yeah,
And
he was a
did
baller
not,
bum.
He did not wear a badass coat. He wore very,
She-
very little.
Guys, she.
Yeah, good point.
Let's be
Yeah.
2019. Okay.
So she had a dick and she wore
And a
thong.
beard
a bikini.
Yeah.
and no boobs.
And walked around downtown, made friends with lots of people. Was a public icon.
I heard
Internet
yeah.
famous and everything.
Leslie lived in
Ran for
Westlake
mayor
a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
ran for mayor a couple times even.
So yeah, that's ball and bum.
That's a ball and bum. If you
Yeah.
can run for mayor, you're a ball and bum.
Yeah, that's true.
So what about I've been in downtown in some sketchy places, maybe not even Austin, but various cities, and there's just like a dude nodding off, like clearly just
Oh man.
Nodding or knobbing?
not like he just
Oh,
bangs
sleeping.
some heroin. He's like
Yeah.
I thought you were knobbing.
he's folded in half on the sidewalk with people walking around him. Do you think that's what's like? Is that okay?
Yes.
So we
yes.
can,
That's what's coming.
That's there. If
because
they're
that's the shit I don't want.
That shit
That's what-
already goes on. Though,
if they're not being
downtown.
harmful to the people around them, like seriously, if
I've
they
done
can sit
seen
there
that
and be
shit.
quiet, they can sit there and be quiet, dude. And there's
In,
nothing anybody can do about it anymore.
In San Francisco, no bullshit. I was walking down the street going to work one day, and there was a dude that was standing like off the edge of the sidewalk, like leaned against a building. His pants were around his knees, straight up fucking like Pringles can hanging in between his legs, and he was nodding out, standing up. So he was like folded in half, but still standing with his dick hanging out. And he was just on the sidewalk, and people were walking by, just being like, "Oh, look at this motherfucker," and walking by. That was it.
What was that stuff?
Yeah, it's bad in
Spice.
San Francisco too.
I was downtown one time and 6th Street area, I guess, and there was like a bunch of people out there, and they were all fucked off, laying in the grass and shit. They couldn't even move, and they were like crawling places and acting crazy. It was fucking nuts, dude. Just seeing that many people that fucked off.
Yeah,
Plus
I
they're
don't.
homeless.
I don't
It's like-
think I'm down with that.
It's a total problem that needs to be addressed with the public. Like we should focus on that.
So
But
what we do is we go back to the days where we were allowed to have bum fights.
Yeah,
that was a ball and bum too. That bum fights bum.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah, that was a ball and bum.
Damn.
He's a TV star.
We go back to, but this time we give them like knives and shit.
or do the South Park method and ship them all to California.
Yeah.
That's already happened for the most part, but now they're coming up. They're coming from California to Austin now.
Yeah.
That's what's
So now
happening.
not just the middle class is moving from California, but the bums as well
Yep. They're shipping
Yeah.
the bums from California back to Austin.
God damn it.
on a bum bus.
We're already like the fastest growing city in the fucking nation.
It's
Fuck.
not going to be growing fast if there's a bunch of homeless people shitting everywhere.
Yeah, there
all the
will,
time.
because there's going to be more homeless people.
Well, what's sad is that mostly it's a mental health problem, and
Yeah. And that sucks.
You know, it is unfortunate and stuff, but
At the same time,
we got to make it better and correct, not
Right.
like facilitate it and
Yeah, let's make it
enable
socially acceptable. Let's,
yeah, that's not.
Yeah, why not make it like, hey, y'all can do better. Why
It's
don't
not-
you do better? Everybody else is out here trying to do better. Y'all got to get on that level.
That's
too.
not the right path.
yeah, I've known several people with mental health issues, and that isn't what helps them.
Yeah.
No.
Being able to sleep on the sidewalk is not like telling, oh, it's okay, you can just pass out there is not what actually gets them into a spot.
but does
where
that
they're
mean
okay.
like I can go like frat bros can go pound some lobes and pass out on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh shit!
that kinda changes the-
So this kind of puts it in our favor, I guess. You know, I can go get
No.
fucking throwed and just shit all over myself.
6th Street's going to be a little different at 3 a.m.
Well, dude, and now the club owners can't kick the people off the sidewalks.
Yeah.
Man.
Everyone just sleeps on the sidewalk.
Uh-huh.
All of 6th Street is just people passed out on the sidewalk.
Oh, man. There's going to be fucking orgies on 6th Street at 3 in the morning.
Hell yeah, let's go to 6th Street.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It sounds entertaining again.
We'll have to do a live broadcast down there some night.
From the orgy?
Yeah, live
Oh,
from
man.
the orgy.
Guys, I'm a little tied up right now. Like literally.
You would get tied up in an orgy,
Hell yeah.
fucking pussy.
Man. Speaking of orgies, you know...
That was an awesome segue. Speaking of orgies,
I mean,
where is this gonna go?
this spawned a lot of thoughts in my head, all right? So the first one is like blood orgies and Renaissance fair, but that's a different thing. But no, what, man? If you got one celebrity that you can,
Have an orgy with?
Bang.
Well,
That's-
I think
that's
that's
in your orgy.
Yeah, but that's not a. Okay,
So,
so
one celebrity does not make an orgy.
You got to
gotta
put
have-
time on it.
No, check it out.
Is that the Whiskey and Whiskers crew banging this celebrity all together?
You're having an orgy with all of your normal orgy people
Okay.
that you have your orgies with every day.
Mhm.
But now you get to introduce one famous person to your orgy.
Oh, who would it be?
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Does it
that's
have-
$1 million question.
Does
But
it have-
is it like anybody ever, or is it like
No, right now.
Somebody alive?
I mean, they can be dead, but you'd be a little weird for it.
I don't know, man. Depends on how preserved they are. It'd be kind of fun.
I mean,
I'll be the first one to fuck myself up here. There's this girl that blew up on social media. Her name is Belle Delphine, I think. She's stupid hot, and she's gotten really famous in a couple weeks. And she's doing like kind of softcore porn on Pornhub and stuff, but not really. Like she's not showing any like nipple or vag or anything like
Yikes,
that.
bro. That's not porn. Don't let them
No, it's
bullshit
not.
you with that.
But-
that's not the real thing, man.
But
you want her in your orgy though?
yeah,
You want her to like fake being in your orgy? She's like, yeah, I'm here, but
no, I want her to actually be in it.
oh,
But this is how she got famous was faking it.
What about someone like what about Pink?
Pink would be cool.
You
She'd
know?
be wild. If I was really trying
Lady
to get
Gaga.
wild with it,
Yeah.
Cardi B,
ooh.
I mean,
Nicki Minaj.
If I was
I'm
really,
being too specific. In
if
this
I was really
category.
trying to get wild with it, I think I would definitely have to go to. There's a band called In This Moment, and
oh yeah,
The
boom.
lead-
That's the answer.
the lead singer of that band is a female that is very
Outspoken.
outspoken, strong, and very
core family values?
satanic, maybe. I don't know how long I would make it without dying, because she'd probably sacrifice me to Baphomet or something.
Yeah.
But it'd be a good fucking time until that happened.
A good fucking time, literally.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think, man?
I'm lame, man. Zoe Deschanel or Anna Kendrick?
Both good answers.
Don't know who they are. Sorry.
You should look that up.
Oh, Anna Kendrick, isn't she in the vampire movies?
Yes. Yes.
Cater's like Sammy Hagar.
Also, Pitch Perfect and a number of other things.
Yeah, definitely Sammy Hagar. Man. That'd be so badass. I could give him like a high five and shit. Take some shots of Mexican whiskey.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That would be a fucking epic story.
Yeah, dude. I had sex with Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Sammy Hagar would have sex with you, but
I cut in Robert Plant's pants.
With a bunch of other people.
Nice.
Right, yeah.
that so that girl I brought up, she's kind of like in a little bit of trouble, a little bit, because she's like a gamer and cosplayer and stuff, and her target audience and that the people who watch those kind of influencers are typically
Younger.
young, and so
Oh man, now she's doing porno.
yeah, she's doing like
Bait
not
switch.
porn, but getting people on Pornhub that are probably like in the range of 12 to 16.
Hey, check out my Pornhub channel.
Yeah,
There's nothing bad there.
I think
Yeah.
my internet at my house is gonna crash soon.
yeah, and she got famous real fast, and yeah, people got real mixed emotions about it because like,
It had to happen though, right? Like,
oh yeah,
I mean, we already have porn stars that like, you know, fuck on top of NASCARs, and we have porn stars that like they cover every genre. Anything that gets big, they're gonna.
Teslas.
Oh, it's Rule 34, right?
Mhm, yeah.
What's that?
If it exists and there's porn about
Oh.
it.
So it was
Rule
only a matter of
34 is
time
there's
before
porn.
like video game influencers were also porn stars.
Unless it's shooting guns on motorcycles, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's true. Fact.
We're still waiting for those pics, guys. Find them.
Yeah. Just again to be clear, the girl has to be naked, showing nips or vag with a gun on a motorcycle.
Both would be preferable.
Right.
Please.
But yeah, like I can't be mad. Like fuck, dude. Capitalism at its finest. I'm not gonna be fuck.
Yeah,
It's not-
dude, she found a niche that works. Like,
And it's not her fault that
Yeah,
kids are
bitch
following
found a
her onto
niche.
Pornhub.
Yeah, and somebody needs to put parental controls on their routers.
Yeah.
Pornental control.
But I will say that she got into a little bit of weird shit and kind of creeped me out a little bit because she is currently sold out of her bath water.
she sells her bath water.
Yep.
She takes a bath,
Yeah.
so she like lays in her own dirt and considers that bathing.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
people
something
buy
like
it and jerk off to it.
Gross, dude.
Yeah.
Gross. They probably drink it and shit.
Yep.
Yuck.
dude, if people would buy my bath water, I would sell my
it,
bath
yeah.
water.
I
Yeah.
would take more baths.
What would you not sell?
What do you mean?
Would you sell your shit? Would you sell your would you shit in a box and ship it to somebody if they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, dude.
Blake,
if they would
oh
pay
my
me,
God.
Depends on what they're paying me, but yeah, probably.
How much would they have to pay you to send them your shit in a box?
How many times
Come
are they,
on.
at what volume are they going to buy it?
Yeah. Is this a daily shipment? What if you miss
We're
a
gonna
day?
need it in bulk. We're gonna start distributing.
Are you regular, Blake? I mean, come on, dude.
Sometimes it's in a box. Sometimes it's in a Ziploc bag. I mean,
Sometimes it's floating in some water. I don't know. You'll see what comes in the mail.
Prices just went up. Buggery. You want it in Tupperware?
This one's
God
air
damn.
chilled, never been frozen. Straight to your door.
oh god.
Anyways, yeah, back to this chick's bath water. What else does she sell, man?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't browse her store real thoroughly.
What?
So I'm not really in the
You
market.
didn't order some shit? You didn't get
No.
like 14 gallons of fucking
I mean,
her bath water?
he didn't make it out of the first 15 seconds of the video.
That's true.
Yeah, you're like, her bath water?
The videos were only 30 seconds long, and
So
I
what is
needed
her-
exactly half of one of them.
Chop, what does her bath water taste like?
I will let you know.
Do you have a bottle of it
in
here?
3 to 5 business
It's on backorder, goddammit.
How much is shipping for that stuff? Jeez.
Dude, I told you it's sold out.
Amazon? Did you get it Prime?
No, she has her own fucking.
If only there
her own
was some
shit,
way to make more bath water.
right?
Take a bath.
That's
Dirty ass.
crazy.
That's bad.
I think I'm gonna start selling my bath water. I'll start taking baths, not getting clean, and just selling the water.
Dude, somebody in Japan will buy it.
Mhm.
You know they will.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, he has
Well,
red
they already
hair."
have like panties and vending machines.
I'm
and
pretty
shit.
sure
We've
people
heard
here are
about that.
buying Japan people's bathwater already.
Yeah, for sure. Which is actually kind of her market, I think. She does the whole like, she pretends she's in a tentacle porn kind of thing. Like she pretends that she's one of the girls in a tentacle porn,
What-
and she does the like weird face that they do when they get penetrated by tentacles. I think that's her actual target audience.
Oh, I'm following now.
What?
Fuck, Chris, you're too old for this shit, man. Trust me.
Yeah, all the weebs that like watch like cartoon porn, they have like weird faces that they do like when they're coming and stuff, and she does those faces in real life, and I think that's who she's targeting.
Okay.
She kind of looked a little anime-ish.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
So she's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
she's
Yeah.
she's entrepreneurial. Like
Yeah.
she's
I
got
really-
new frontiers with pornography.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Like,
I have
what
to-
if somebody had a tentacle penis?
I have to
That'd be a
commend
new
her
frontier.
spirit, honestly. Like, good on her.
It's-
Way to capitalize on capitalism.
It's creative.
And an untapped market.
Yeah.
Tentacle born.
But do you think she likes Scotch whiskey?
I'd like to find out.
I would like to try one more shot to see how I like it.
Okay.
All right.
So
We need to have a like pour 'em up song.
Pour 'em
Pour 'em up, pour 'em up,
pour 'em up, motherfucker, pour 'em up.
Yeah.
pour 'em up, pour 'em up.
If you don't want to pour 'em up, get the
We're in the
fuck out
garage
the
getting
club.
crunk.
You're terrible at that.
Yeah, I know. Never could lay down a hook.
Yeah. It's the hard part. Cheers.
You fuck.
Honestly, it's working for me.
Nice.
Duke's fine games.
I like it.
You got your glass handy.
So,
So yeah,
this has been talked about a little bit on the internet. Justin Bieber sent out a Twitter calling out Tom Cruise to fight him in the octagon.
dude. All right.
Now, here, I'm going to read the tweet.
That'll actually be a good fight.
Well, and it works because they're like
Yeah.
similar in size.
Are they? Is Justin Bieber really fucking small?
Yeah.
I know he got like pretty, you know.
Well, I mean, when
jacked or
you're
whatever
when you're a
at some point.
superstar, you have time to just work out every day.
So Justin
Yeah.
Bieber said, I want to challenge Tom Cruise to a fight in the octagon. Tom, if you don't take this fight, you're scared and will never live it down. Who is willing to put up the fight at Dana White, question mark.
Rule number 1.
So,
if anybody will do it, it'll be DAZN, not Dana White.
here's, well, hold on. A few hours later, Bieber took down the post and told someone like, I was just kidding. And Tom Cruise comes through and goes like, I wasn't. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, he
Bitch.
did.
Yeah. So Dana White has gone on record now saying that their agents are actually talking about it. Like, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but Dana White is like, yeah, they're talking and my octagon's open and
Oh wow!
we might be
I
able to
wouldn't
make
think
it happen.
I wouldn't think Dana White would go there, but I mean,
So they're comparable in size, but let's not forget Tom Cruise and
Tom Cruise is old, dude.
yeah, but he's jacked.
Yeah, but he's
And he does
old
all of his own stunts.
I think Justin Bieber's in shape.
and young.
But I think
Yeah.
he's a pussy boy.
I think
Yeah.
he is too.
Yeah. So, have y'all seen him? I saw him training with the Mayweathers, and like,
You think that's real though?
well, like he was in the gym, like hitting pads with Floyd. Like it was legit. It was on video.
Dude, if I
but
know
I watched
anything,
him like
you work out 3 times and you're a fucking pro.
I watched him like he drops his hand. It's almost like he's trying to look cool, and they're doing it. It's not about like learning how to not get fucked up. You know.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm on video. I have abs, and he just fucking hits the pads like he wants to get smacked in the face.
So Tom Cruise is a weird motherfucker.
Yeah.
His body of work is excellent, but he as a person, he's just a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
However, I am rooting for him so hard in this scenario.
Dude.
Like, I want him to, and I think he will beat the brakes off Justin Bieber.
I think he will too. He's probably got some, Muay Thai or some kind of training in his history.
He does all of his own stunts,
Yeah.
Yeah, he works out incessantly.
and he's in perfect shape always.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the movies make him out that way at least.
dude, he's gonna fuck him up. I hope it happens. That would be so dope.
It crossed my mind at one point. This is just crazy thinking, but I was like, fuck that. I'm going to call out Justin Bieber. Like, fuck him. I'm about the same size as Tom Cruise. And I'd market it like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, but he has nothing. Yeah,
There's no tie to me. Yeah. I'm not famous or anything.
There's
It'd be
nothing to
like,
gain. Tom Cruise versus Bieber. I think a lot of people would watch that just because. I mean,
They want to see Bieber get his fucking
Yeah,
ass kicked.
dude.
well, and
Yeah.
they're both they both have a
They both
gajillion
have-
people watching them. I mean, they're superstars, right?
and they have like
Yeah.
that love-hate thing on both sides. Some people hate Tom Cruise. Some
Dude,
people
just
love Tom
okay.
Cruise.
They could bring in
that was
enough
my
on
whole. That was
pay-per-view.
my takeaway from it was I don't really like Tom Cruise, and yet he came out and I was like, fuck yeah, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He came out and was like, Bieber, dude, I'll beat the brakes off of you. Like, don't play.
See, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I don't mind Justin Bieber. I think he's a douche. I think that he. I mean, I think he's a pretty boy, and I think he's gonna get his ass kicked if he actually did fight Tom Cruise. That said, he did get famous really, really young, and I'm pretty sure every single person alive would be a fucking douche if they got famous that young and had that much money.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would have tried to fight people probably.
yeah.
So, go ahead.
I don't know what his image is in the public eye anymore. I know what it was a few years ago, but dude, I don't know. I don't mind him that much. I will say that like I don't appreciate his music that much, but he is a very talented person, and
Boy can sing.
Yeah, like he's and he can play a lot of instruments. Like
Yeah,
he's a
he
fucking
can.
talented musician.
He is.
I don't necessarily agree with what he makes. Like it's not my jam.
Yeah.
But good on him. Like fuck, he he got famous because he is talented and
Don't suck his dick too hard.
shit.
I know. We know who you're going to be putting your money on.
I still want Maverick to fuck him up. And
Yeah,
give him the
dude.
bird.
If he buys me a Maserati, I'll suck his dick harder.
Fuck, dude. You got to lick his butthole first.
Tom
If he's
Cruise will
into
walk
it.
out there with his aviators on,
Yeah.
and he'll,
oh yeah.
as a statement, like, you're not even gonna knock my aviators off.
Oh, man.
So this begs the question, though. Everybody, of course, wants this fight to happen,
Yeah.
but including Tom Cruise. But what other celebrity
Deathmatch.
death match would be like
Wait,
amazing to
Super
watch?
dope.
Wait, I want to go there in just a second, but first, this fight happens. Do you order it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Normal pay-per-view
Yeah.
price? Do you order it? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'd
I mean-
be, I'd shit everywhere if this even happened. It'd be so crazy. I'd throw a party if it happened.
Yeah, but okay, so this is just the main event. Like we need to build an undercard here.
Build a card?
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
Female, too.
Yeah.
Right? Because women can.
What other fights do you want to see?
man,
I mean, besides John Jones and Khabib.
part of me like and I know you guys are a little bit less on the bandwagon or whatever, but I think it'd be cool to watch like old metalheads fight each other. So like if we could have the front man for Metallica fight like the front man for fucking like Slayer or something, I feel like that would be fucking cool.
What about like Marilyn Manson versus Rob Zombie?
Dude,
Rob Zombie would beat the fucking brakes off of Marilyn Manson.
You think?
Yeah.
we got to reference Celebrity Deathmatch, man.
Isn't Marilyn Manson like 7 feet tall though?
I don't think it matters.
Rob Zombie's just fucking scary.
MTV did a whole show about this. Like,
Yeah, they did.
literally a whole series, and it was epic.
Yeah, it was.
Or what about like the
Joe Rogan and Mark Wahlberg.
oh, that's a good one. I'd be rooting for Joe Rogan.
I'd want to see Joe Rogan fight somebody.
yeah, I'd be rooting for Joe Rogan for sure.
And I know Mark Wahlberg.
I don't like Marky
trains.
Mark.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're about the same weight class. Maybe.
Joe Rogan and Marky Mark.
Yeah.
I got to go to the classic Joe Rogan and Dana White, man.
It'd be dude.
Dan is just, he looks like he's so out of Joe Rogan's weight class. Like, Joe Rogan's not a tall guy, you know.
And Dana
He's-
White's a big dude.
He's fucking huge. Yeah.
This would not be a fair fight, and there's obviously better competitors to this, but public science men, so like Bill Nye versus Neil deGrasse Tyson or something like that.
Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Neil
Neil
deGrasse
deGrasse
Tyson would
Tyson.
whoop the shit out of him,
Yeah.
but like there's got to be a better matchup there, but I feel like there's
Well, at least they already
Yeah, the
have
novelty of it, that would be fun.
At least
Yeah.
they already have the catch names,
It'd
right?
be like
Right,
Ngannou
yeah.
versus anybody. Like,
Science guy versus Black Science guy.
Black Science guy wins.
every day.
Yeah, there's a picture of Neil deGrasse Tyson like in college or something. He's got a tank top on and he's just swole as
Just full
fuck.
as fuck, yeah.
He's like
I
physics
believe
and
that.
shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got half the universe in this fucking bus.
I think
And
Bill
then
Nye-
there's a picture of Bill Nye and he's got a bow tie.
Have you ever seen that fucking
He's on a kid show.
that video of Scary Terry
Terry Crews.
and he's in there just like pounding weights like as hard as he can. And he looks over at Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's just like benching like 500 pounds. And then Terry Crews is like, "How in the fuck, man?" And he's like, "Physics and shit, dude." Like, you know, just,
Nice. I haven't seen that though. That's funny.
So good female fights. What would some good female fights be?
I feel like you want like maybe Britney, someone that's a little crazy, got the
Dude.
crazy eyes.
I was thinking Britney. She came to mind too, but I was like, who would she go against?
two girls that look Natalie Portman and
The Kristen Stewart, the one you were talking
Uh,
about, the vampire chick.
no, the,
that's-
the
Who has
other
sex
one that
with
looks
werewolves?
exactly
Anna
like her.
Kendrick is-
What about
Anna
Lindsay
Kendrick.
Lohan versus Britney?
That'd be a good
Yeah,
one.
there you go.
Lindsay Lohan. Oh, I love Lindsay Lohan.
And Brittany.
no, dude. Oh man.
Who played Padme?
What's her name? Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman, and who looks exactly like her?
Natalie Portman.
Oh,
Oh,
There is
Different
the
genre.
I believe
Zoe
that.
Deschanel and
her sister looks the same.
no, there's another one there too.
Chloe. What the Olsen?
Katy
twins?
Perry kind of looks like Zoe Deschanel. Doesn't she?
Yeah, for sure.
She kind of looks like Rosie O'Donnell too.
Damn, what if we got Rosie and
Dude.
Whoopi to fight?
Whoa, man!
I was gonna say Rosie and Oprah, but
Yeah, that would be a good one too.
and they
Oprah-
don't like each other. I don't think.
You think Oprah would start selling like fucking grills?
I think
and shit
Oprah would
after
win
that?
just because she's a winner. Like Oprah's a winner. She's gonna win. Rosie's gonna bitch.
Complain about the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will. Damn.
Again,
I can picture that one in my
Celebrity
head.
Deathmatch did that.
Rosie's got like rainbow shorts on.
Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman.
I don't know
Oh, the
what
skinny
Karen
chicks
is.
are gonna fight.
Yeah,
Dude, everybody would watch this to see if the clothes fell off.
yeah, that's true.
I like hands. Hands are hot.
So do we have a full card?
Oh wait, one more for chick fights. I'm trying to think of a competitor, but Megan Fox has to fight somebody.
With her toe thumbs.
Yeah,
Megan Fox and Anna Kendrick.
yeah, be a good one.
Again, I'd watch it to see if the clothes fell off.
Yeah, I think we got a full card. Let's make this happen, boys.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I
Put it in
think
the
people
books.
would pay. I think people would pay more. Like,
Oh, yeah.
$60 to watch a UFC card, dude. If this fight happened,
You pay $100.
easy,
Yeah,
easy. Yeah, this is bigger than.
any UFC event that would ever happen, or
Uh-huh.
any fucking pay-per-view Mayweather's could put on, if you put these celebrities on, fucking bashing each other and taking their clothes off,
$100
dude, it's gonna be fucking awesome, dude.
or stream it for free.
That
'cause-
first glove that falls off, dude, it's just gonna be.
It's going to be
over,
on
dude.
DAZN. So.
Yeah,
We're gonna break the internet with this shit, man. Live on pay-per-view.
just like Kim Kardashian's ass that one time.
Yeah, dude.
It'll be $20 on DAZN in real life.
Dude, piracy's making a fucking comeback like real hard, and it's because
Wooden ships?
huh?
Wooden ships?
On the water.
No, not at all.
Oh, it's just freeware, right? Like,
No, like people are starting to torrent shows and like do free download type shit a lot more, and the reason being is because one, the pay-per-view prices have gotten stupid expensive, and then two, there's like a fucking 150 streaming services now.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
piracy was real big, and then Netflix came out, and everybody's like, "I'll pay $7 a month and not have to pirate all my shit anymore." And then like Hulu-
Netflix is like, it's $15 a month.
yeah, Netflix is like it's $15 a month, and you need Hulu, HBO, and Cinemax and fucking
'Cause we don't
Fox
have
and
rights to
ESPN
anything
Plus
on any
and
of those
fucking.
channels.
You
Yeah.
need like 10 fucking streaming services just to get like basic shit anymore, and so
telling you.
people are like, "Dude, fuck this! I'm gonna go back to just downloading all my shit." And
The time is not right to cut the cord, man. Not yet. We're not there.
well, it is if you pirate everything.
I mean, if you pirate everything, but that's a huge pain in the dick.
Yeah.
And the quality suffers a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
just
depends.
I think we have Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Hulu or something, and that pretty much
HBO.
covers it. Oh, and HBO.
and ESPN Plus.
And ESPN Plus and Showtime.
I don't have Showtime.
Then don't watch Dexter or
But my point is with
Shameless or
with
none of
Amazon
those shows
Prime,
either.
HBO, Hulu,
Yeah, I
and
guess I have, like,
Netflix,
4 or 5,
you
yeah.
have at least $50 in streaming services.
Mm-hmm.
So when piracy was big, Netflix came out and people were like, $8? Hell yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Like,
Not breaking the law no more.
yeah.
I'll
and
pay
then,
$10 a gram for some marijuana.
And then it split 100 fucking different directions, and people are like, fuck it, dude, I'll just pirate it again. Fuck you.
It is a lot of fucking work. Like, there's having a cable box is nice, but dude, that's dead. That's
It's not dead yet.
out.
It's not dead yet. You say that until football season happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know.
they need to get their shit together. I don't like make your own streaming service, just NFL. But they do that. What's the?
Are they gonna be able to hit their audience
Sunday
every
ticket
day?
or whatever? But it's like crazy expensive. It's like
yeah.
$100 a month or something.
Especially standalone, it's even crazier
dude,
expensive.
fuck that.
And
like
football's not even that cool.
Wow.
that's an argument. Yeah, that's an argument for another.
Yeah,
show.
I mean, dude, I've never watched the World Cup ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially the never mind. But yeah,
I think
World Cup. Yeah,
the women are going to the World Cup this year.
Yeah, that's what I
Good.
hear. Fuck yeah, America. 4th of July episode.
By the way-
America's going to the World Cup. I'm not a big soccer fan, but fuck yeah, America.
Yeah, and we got fireworks in the background of this episode if you haven't heard yet.
4th of July.
4th of
Hell yeah.
July.
America.
yeah.
Fuck
America.
yeah. Here, cheers, guy.
America.
Cheers,
America,
boys.
let's drink some scotch.
Yeah.
Why is it called Scott?
I want to take this opportunity to tell everybody if you're not playing quarters on 4th of July, you're fucking up.
It's America's game.
And you need to go check out our YouTube channel and watch us break down competitive quarters.
Yeah.
So you can establish, because when you're sitting around a table and everyone's throwing quarters at the same cup, that's fun. That's a great fucking time. I'm not bashing it at all. Except that you don't know who is the
Yeah,
winner.
who really wins? Or
and
everybody wins.
You don't know who's better. This will help you get there.
Yeah.
Y'all want to do another round?
Of
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
I think it's about that time. I think it's time to do a review.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll get this shot down, lay down our criteria real fast. Dude, I'm going to say I really like this, actually. It's got flavor, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not as much of a pukey flavor or something. I don't know. That's the wrong term, definitely. But it definitely tastes different than American whiskey. Like
Scotch has its place. Irish whiskey has its place also. Irish whiskey is another one that I don't think we've gone there yet on the show, but
No.
it has its place also. I'm a big fan of Scotch. Somebody introduced me to some decent Scotch, some 12 or 20 year red breasts. And that shit's it's good.
See,
man.
that's the thing is Scotch is exponentially expensive. You can get, but that's the thing is you can get cheap Scotch. It's actually decent, but if you get
$20.
Yeah.
This isn't
That's not bad. I mean, that's Evan Williams. Well,
yeah,
no,
not quite, but
It's Jack Daniels.
you can get fucking 25-year age Scotch that's like $100 a shot, and then
Yep.
you can also get
I've also had whiskey.
$20 bottle.
I've also had 25-year aged whiskey that was $100 a shot too.
Yeah.
There's
Wow.
there's whiskey bars out there that exist where they have a full food menu worth of whiskeys, and usually they'll have things that are rare, unique to their establishment. These places are cool, man.
yeah.
Gator, you should pour up a
Glass of some ice.
a glass. I think that'd be classy. I'll take a picture of it, put it on the.
Oh, I'll do it. That's the way I like to enjoy it most, because you can sip on it and you can really taste it. I'd recommend everyone try that.
Somebody was telling me recently. Hold on, I'll finish the shot first. So, somebody was telling me recently that there's a place that's about to undo their barrel, and this barrel is 50-something years old. And I think normally the barrel would be I forgot exactly how much it is, but I think that this barrel would be a lot of fucking bottles, right? Because it's a barrel. I think they're going to get 12 bottles because of the Angel's Cut where it's evaporated. And I think each bottle's going for thousands of dollars.
What is this?
It's some distillery has a super old, it's a 50-year-old barrel, and they're going to open it here in a year or two, I think. I think it's at 45 to 50 years right now.
Dude, you can get pretty drunk off cheap stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I get the allure of or the prestige maybe is the draw there, but I don't know. Give me a bottle like this and let's drink it around the table. I can have more fun with that than I can,
Oh, definitely.
Up to a
Oh, definitely. But being involved in the whiskey community and stuff, it does, pique the interest a little bit. Where
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
fuck, dude, that bottle's been aged 50 fucking years. I'm kind of curious what that's like.
It's easy to say in certain times of your life you're I would never care about that. It doesn't mean anything, But
In the right setting, at the right place, the right time.
from my experience though, if you crack an expensive bottle and have a drink of it, it feels good. There's an extra level of. It's kind of the same thing when you get into a supercar or a luxury vehicle. You know what I mean? It just feels good to drive it. It's hard to cry on a jet ski. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of deal.
I've never had fancy Scotch or high dollar or high quality, anything like that. But this has always been
We will change that.
really
Yeah.
pretty nice. Okay.
We will change that.
So let's break down this bottle with our metrics here.
All right.
Sweetness, crunch, bite, bottle, drunkenness.
So right off the bat, sweetness, not a whole lot of it. It's got
a different flavor, though.
It's got flavor, but it's not sweet necessarily.
So generally speaking, bourbon, it's if it has flavor, it's sweet or it's crunchy.
Honestly, I would be curious to know what kind of barrels they age this in, because I think that all of the bourbon is charred oak barrels, and so I'd be curious if it's maybe aged in a different barrel.
It is a lighter color. Mm-hmm. So sweetness almost isn't even the right word here for this one,
Right.
because it's a different flavor.
I put sweetness right in the middle of the road at 2.5.
Flavor, maybe let's call it flavor for this bottle.
All right.
I'm gonna give the flavor. It's not overpowering. It's not the biggest thing you notice, but it is the first thing you notice.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm gonna give it a 3 just because it's different. I like it.
Yeah. No, I like it as well.
That's right.
I'll put a 3 on it as well.
Right where
I
I
might
was
even
at.
go up to like 3.5 because that was the honestly that was the kicker for me. It was all flavor.
It's 2.5, 3 for me.
What about crunch?
No
None.
crunch.
No crunch.
Bite.
Strong.
It's got it.
It's got a bite. It's not a bad bite though.
I see,
it's there.
I think people always, I hope people don't hear bite and think, oh, that's bad. The more bite it has,
Right.
Honestly, I like a little bit
of kick. Yeah, you want a little kick in the gut, sometimes.
Especially if it has a little bit of sweetness or flavor, you want to level out that sweetness or flavor with a little back end bite for sure.
I think that has just the right amount of bite.
In my head, I compare like bite with whiskey to spice with food. Like spice with food can be a really good thing. Obviously, it can get overwhelming at times, and it pairs with certain things better than others.
So I think I'm gonna give that one a 4.
Yeah, I'm 3.5, 4 on that one myself.
Really, I don't feel the bite that much. I would give it like a 3.
Well, I guess
It's got a little bit
in
of
my appreciation of it, that's what I'm not.
to
Oh,
each its own.
appreciation wise.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'd give it like 3.5.
For me, it's almost the perfect amount of bite.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Bottle. I'm not usually a fan of the tall, skinny bottles,
Yeah.
but it is hefty. It flares out on the base a little bit, so I think it is going to get weird if we were like swinging microphones around or something. We might knock it over.
Yeah.
But that being said, it also made it really easy to pour. I like the colors; they look good. The cap is whack.
yeah.
But
But it's got a transport, man.
But the pour was nice. I'll give it a 2.5, maybe a 3.
I'll give it a 3.
There.
I'm not usually big on the tall, skinny bottles either, but I actually really like this one. It's again, it has the appearance almost of like a beer bottle, and I really like that. But it's flared in the right spot, so it feels right. Like you can grip it well. It's got a kind of flared out base, so it's a little less tippable.
And there is something comforting about it. Like it's not, it's not a clear bottle where you're like, oh, that's gonna fuck me up. Like like you say, it looks like a beer bottle kinda. And there's something like, modest and comfortable about it.
And I like the green tint. I don't know why. It feels good.
Green bottles are fun.
Yeah, and then the color, like the blue, or not the blue, the yellow and the red. Like I think that's cool with the green.
So we're a little bit past halfway on it now. Can we speak for drunkenness?
Not quite yet.
Yeah,
It's potent.
it's potent. I'm feeling all right.
Did we get a proof off of it?
I don't know. Does it record its proof?
40% alcohol by volume.
Okay.
So it's standard.
Standard.
80
What's
proof.
important is that it gets you drunk.
It'll get you drunk. Mm-hmm. Well, cool. I like it. It was a good change of pace. And
Yeah.
welcomed.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, I definitely like it. I kind of get in a weird territory like ranking it because Scotch is such a different ball
Different
game
class.
than actual Americanized whiskey.
Yeah.
And I kind of debated that in my head going into this, whether it was right.
No, I
choice or
think
not.
I think for the show, drinking the bottle is right on time. I don't want to put it on our stack ranking.
No.
I almost think it would be worth having a separate ranking of.
Scotch.
Well, Scotch might even be its own category, but I was going to say an other. Like we have our whiskey.
Yeah, like the moonshine. Like
American
we couldn't
whiskey.
put the moonshine on our
Right.
hierarchy.
We needed like an American whiskey category. That's mainly what it seems like we're.
Though the moonshine is American whiskey.
True.
Yeah, it's pretty American as it comes. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not bourbon.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll delve into that. Maybe we'll have like a American whiskey and bourbon, and then the other. And if we drink something else that doesn't quite fit into our rankings, but we like it a lot, we'll throw it on that other.
Like it a lot.
Did you know that bourbon is American exclusive? Like, I think to be classified as bourbon, there's very, very, very strict rules on it. Like, I think it can only be done in Kentucky, maybe?
Yeah, it's Kentucky bourbon.
I'm pretty sure it's only Kentucky. Like, I don't think you can make bourbon in Tennessee.
And I think the difference between like the bourbon and the Scotch is what the malt is. It's a different malt. I think this is a corn malt.
I do know that
Scotch
there's
whiskey.
there's also a difference
that's the
between
flavor
like
difference.
single malt and double malt as far as American whiskeys.
I'm not
I
sure.
I used to know a lot more about this. I've forgotten about a lot of it over the years, but
Maybe with a show called Whiskey and Whiskers where we critique
whiskey. We should know a little bit more. Yeah. I'll dig up a little bit of my research because I remember it, but it's been a while since I've dug that out of the noggin.
The whole thing we're doing anyway is not really like, it's not supposed to be pretentious. It's supposed to be like
It's a hint of oak, little slight touch of vanilla.
Yeah. This is
I can taste it for sure. The oak in there. Yeah. It's
The
live
vanilla.
oak, not
Fuck
Spanish oak.
you.
this ain't that highfalutin
Fuck you.
whiskey critique.
Might as
This
well
is
bring
the,
wine next time.
We're gonna take a
Yeah,
shot of
dude.
it and tell you what it's like.
Seriously, this Greek whiskey we got over here.
We're getting drunk in the garage, guys. That's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
But bros, while we're on the subject of bourbon and whiskey and everything else, we have to talk about that there was a fucking tragedy.
Oh God, why'd you have to bring it up, man?
You're gonna
Dude.
bum out the whole show.
I know, dude. I'm gonna bring it down because we have to take a moment and take maybe a moment of silence or just hats off, hand over the heart right before the 4-2. Man, it is such a
Pants off,
fucking.
That's all you got on.
It's just a tragedy. There's no other way to describe it.
Well, break these, man. You mean you're building it up like you are? Shit.
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
Apparently, crunchy whiskey is extremely flammable.
That's the truth. There was a Jim Beam. Was it a distillery or a warehouse? I actually forgot whether
I think
it was
a warehouse.
I think it was a warehouse as well. But there was a entire warehouse. Warehouse
Somebody
or
burned
distillery,
down-
doesn't matter. There was a bunch of Jim Beam that caught on fire.
Somebody burnt down the she shed.
Yeah.
45,000 barrels of Jim Beam burning blaze at Kentucky
That's
warehouse.
so
That is a lot of whiskey, bro.
much.
Yeah. And there's no putting that shit out.
No.
So I wonder what a
This
What do you-
picture is heartbreaking too. There's like a bunch of oak barrels that are ablaze,
Oh.
and there's a fireman standing there just looking at it like, fuck.
Damn.
Like, you can't even do, what are you going to do?
Do the firemen get drunk off the fumes?
I don't know.
that's only marijuana, bro.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you only get drunk off marijuana fumes.
I think we talked about this.
It was an aging facility.
Maybe not drunk off the
Okay.
fumes, but I bet you could get high off the fumes.
So, it's, kind of a warehouse.
I bet something will happen.
Absolute tragedy. Hats off.
It did say
Absolutely just moment of silence. It's the 4th of July. Classic American brewery. Or not brewery, but distillery.
Distillery.
It did say that this particular warehouse, the whiskey that was housed there, it was for the aging process, and it was a relatively young whiskey.
That's good.
So at least that they didn't.
At least they didn't lose the
lose 20
fucking
years.
50-year-old barrels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not the grandpa, but the
But-
kiddo.
that's a lot of fucking whiskey, dude.
45,000 barrels. Is that what I...
I wonder what cut
That's
it
a
was, or
lot,
if it was
dude.
a mix of all the cuts.
Dude, they could
Do you
give
think
me...
the price of Jim Beam is about to go up?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Dude, Booker's is expensive as hell, though.
45,000. Gee.
That's a lot. So I used to work in the
Okay.
oil field. That's a lot of fucking barrels. I'm sure the barrel measurement they use for whiskey compared to barrels in the oil field are different, but it's 55
still-
gallons
Or
a barrel.
It may be 30 gallons in whiskey, maybe.
It's still...
But it may be 55. It may be more, dude. I don't
It's
know.
still
Producing-
barrels, though. Barrels.
Yeah.
Barrels.
What we had this conversation, I think, on the show at one point. What does 45,000 barrels look like?
Yeah.
The
What
worst
is-
party foul in history.
What is 40... Oh, dude.
Someone like drops one bottle and breaks it, and everyone at the party's like, "Dude, fuck you."
Yeah.
I want to know what happened though. Was Sam smoking a cigarette and he just decided to toss it, or how'd that shit?
I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah.
Jim's gonna be
Insurance.
not happy about that, man.
40... Give me 45,000 bottles, and that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a shit ton of whiskey.
Dude, that'll keep me drunk for like a year.
Yeah. Dude, that would keep you drunk for
So many years.
so many years. 40... Okay.
Where would you put it?
Yeah,
I need to borrow some land.
You need
That's
Warehouse.
more than a garage full, without a doubt.
we're talking about a Costco, right? Like
Yeah.
a Costco full of
Hey, so
barrels of whiskey.
At this
Uh-huh.
point in our city, humans can hang out anywhere. Can I just like store
Shit anywhere? Yeah, but I think people
Put
can
it in a
take it
tent,
anywhere.
bro. I can pitch a tent
It's
on the
whiskey.
sidewalk, put whiskey in it, nobody can touch it.
This
So
will
we need a
bring people-
Costco-sized tent.
Yeah. Welcome to Costco.
I love you.
And we need 45,000 barrels of whiskey.
Yeah.
You want to buy a barrel?
Well, I think they have 45,000 barrels on the cheap right now.
Dude,
Only half burned,
Yeah.
double burned,
Yeah.
it would be cool to own a whiskey barrel.
That's how they
slow
garage it.
roasted whiskey.
Would you take a bath in your whiskey barrel and sell
Dude.
the bath water?
Solid-
Wait, I
yeah.
just had an epiphany.
All right.
You save a barrel from this fire, right? The outside of the barrel is burnt but not compromised.
Uh-huh.
You sell that shit for like $100 a shot.
Yeah, $100 shot.
I think
I'd
it's
buy
all
it.
compromised though.
Yeah, that's cool. You think?
Yeah, it's all fucked, dude.
Yeah.
They have to find one barrel.
I'm pretty
in
sure
there.
that motherfucker burned to the ground.
That's gonna be some
find it.
expensive whiskey once they fucking save it.
If they save it, it'll be expensive.
It'll be like triple boiled.
The only people that'll ever try it are
Triple
is like
boiled,
the
triple
board
garage.
members for
Yeah.
Jim Beam. Yeah, the Jim Beam.
The
board
Jim
members.
Beam way.
extra crunch.
You put that barrel up at the corporate headquarters or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to own a whiskey barrel, but
I think it'd be cool to own a distillery.
Would it be empty or
Dude,
full?
if we had a barrel of whiskey, we would die.
no. Well,
No,
actually, I think we would.
dude,
just
my
drink
body gives out way before my body gives out. I'll pass out drunk before I die every time.
But I will.
Stay tuned.
I will never post a picture of a bottle of whiskey on top of a oak barrel. I just won't do it. I refuse
I respect you for that.
because it's too fucking much.
Yeah, for those listening that don't know, Blake manages the Instagram and social media accounts for the most part, and there's this cliche where whiskey people tend to do the whiskey bottle on top of a oak barrel, and yeah, it's bullshit.
It's the same picture.
it's in a field of blue
every
bonnets.
time.
Oh,
Dude, speaking of which,
yeah,
we
we
have
should
the
talk about that
dankest we have the dankest blue bonnet picture that's ever happened on camera.
We were camping, and the people in the picture, it's me, Chop, and then our buddy Jake, who
runs
runs
Lunch Money
Fishing. We're camping out at the Lake Travis, and there's a field of bluebonnets next to us. And all day, cars are rolling down there, not camping, just coming down to take pictures in their fancy, nice clothes, and put the kids out there, get the dog, take the pictures. And I'm not hating on them for doing it.
Are you
I get
second
it.
day hungover or third day hungover?
Yeah, this was Sunday.
So it's third day hungover.
Yeah.
So we were like, dude, we should go take pictures in the bluebonnets. But we put our own twist on it, and instead of me taking hey, let's go put our nice clothes on and sit down and take a fancy picture, we went out there looking ratty as fuck after camping for several days, and then tried to look as hard as we could in the bluebonnet. So, this is Texas.
Fuck yeah.
There's a gun in every vehicle.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So I grabbed one of the guns out of mine.
If you're a pussy.
And we just went hard and flexed and tried to make it look as crunk as fuck in the blue bonnet.
They took gangster pictures in blue bonnets.
Yeah. So
With their clothes off.
Blake's crouching down and throwing a sign and holding a gun, and then I'm grabbing my balls and throwing the middle finger, and then Lunch Money Fishing, he's throwing his arms out and he's holding a beer. And
Like,
dude,
come
it's-
at me, bro.
Yeah, it's a straight up album cover from the '90s, but in the blue bonnets.
And I love it. It's one of my favorite pictures.
Yeah, it's one of the dopest. And maybe we'll throw it up on Instagram maybe this next week or something.
I just moved recently, and I just found my favorite picture, and is of me and also Jake with Lunch Money Fishing, is as ironic as that is, standing in front of the Oasis with our motorcycles parked right smack dab in front of Oasis with the picture, and it's a solid picture.
It's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gangster as fuck, drunk as fuck, right in front of Oasis on motorcycles. It's a
So
good
speaking
time,
of
Bubbles.
motorcycles, I don't know if I've actually talked about this on the podcast. I got one recently.
Yeah, Chop's a rider now.
Yeah, so I bought a bike. It's a work in progress, but it's definitely well on its way. It's definitely rideable. It's it's good to go, but I'm putting a little bit of love into it. So much fun.
Whiskey and
Yeah.
Whiskers supports motorcycles. I think we're all on board.
Yeah.
I posted a couple pictures. I posted one picture of my bike at the Oasis, and posted another picture of one time that we went to. We all met up for Rot Rally. Yeah, dude. We've talked about motorcycles on the show, but
A bit, yeah.
That's my hobby, man. I love the bikes.
I'm definitely I'm the newest addition to the team, and it's been fucking cool, man. It wasn't necessarily on a whim, but it was right place, right time kind of thing, and found one that was right for me. And man,
it'll change your life,
shit
bro.
out of it.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts about what you're doing, Chop, is you starting with the bike that's going to require some TLC and some love on the front end. So you're going to get your hands
That's
dirty.
everybody's first bike, though.
You're gonna get
That's
your
the way you're
hands-
supposed to do it.
Oh yeah.
Get your hands dirty right out of the gates, and you start to learn the ins and outs. And I'm a big fan of work on your own bike, man.
Oh yeah, and it rides it'll run right now. I've driven it around. It's a ton of fun, but putting a little bit of love into it just to make it.
I'm not gonna hate on anybody that buys a bike, but my my personal thought process behind it was buy a cheap bike that you can afford and that you're not gonna you're not gonna cry too hard over if you lay it down as your first bike.
Right.
I think I spent like sub 3,000 on my first bike.
Did you lay it down?
No, I didn't. Well, what
had happened was
at a complete standstill, I almost laid it over, and I caught it with like my foot under it and had to like hoist it back up. Like I lost my balance on it.
Yikes!
But I didn't lay it down riding it ever.
That's just I think a lot of people, your bike probably hit the concrete your first one. Definitely. I don't think my second bike's hit the concrete. My first one did for sure. But it was similar to Blake's situation. I was turning around on a hill, went to put my foot down to brace it, and I was on a hill. So it was 6 inches lower than I thought it would be because I was on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
And the bike went too far, and the handlebar hit the concrete, and I had to pick it up. And
That's just such a
embarrassing.
heartbreak.
Luckily, I'm blessed and haven't laid one down while I was moving yet. So, yeah, then you get to, if you realize that you're a rider and it's something you're passionate about, then I went and bought a super expensive bike, the next one. And before I knew I was a guy that liked to work on his own bikes, I bought the extended warranty, and that was the biggest waste of money that I ever threw down because I
If
never.
you're working on your own bike, man, what's up with that?
Dude, I didn't once take it to the shop. I didn't once take it to the fucking shop. I've done everything to that bike. I've torn down the whole front end of the engine, and man, I love it. I love it.
And I don't think any of us here are claiming to be mechanics or anything, but
I'm not a mechanic.
We have a little bit of knowledge, and at least me and I can speak for myself here. I enjoy working on cars, motorcycles, whatever.
There's some zen there for sure. I've hit some hard times in my life. I can think of one in particular, and it was a hard time, and I had a project in mind that I wanted to do to one of my bikes, and I went outside and I grabbed my wrenches and I turned on music. And everybody else in my life knew I was dealing with something, so nobody came out and messed with me. And I think I spent like 12 or 13 hours straight and did a whole bunch of stuff to the bike. And it was zen, and it took me exactly to where I needed to be to get over whatever the shit that I was dealing with at the time,
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely zen there. And then the other thing too, man, when I'm riding off, like, I don't want to be wondering like how Stone was the mechanic that was like throwing my fucking tire back on the back, like when I'm riding off. Like, if I did it myself,
You want to know exactly how stoned I was.
if I did it myself, I'm like, at least I know exactly how stoned I was when I replaced my tire. Yeah, exactly.
Well, and there's a little bit of zen, just like even once you're done with that, like just getting back on it and being like, I can feel every single thing that I did to this bike. Like,
and for me, whenever I've done some major shit too, I've had that paranoia. Like, for 2 weeks, I'm riding going, did I put every bolt back in the right spot?
Yeah.
I don't know. But you know what? When it comes down to it, at least if anything happened, it would be my fucking fault. Like, it's not some poor dude that was like, dude, I just worked on his bike and then it fell apart on him, you know?
I think now that the YouTube channel has a video posted on it,
right?
Maybe we can do a ride or something.
Yeah,
right through Bullock Hollow or what's that?
Lime Creek.
Lime Creek, yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough ride.
A little bit.
That'd be fun.
That's not for the faint of heart, and not to be.
I'm not promising that in the next week or so, but eventually,
someday.
That'll happen for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. I'm a big advocate. I've said for years that I was going to get a bike, and it just, it's never really worked out.
You've ridden all of our bikes too.
Yeah, and I, I'm not going to say I grew up around it or that I was a big rider for any extended point in my life, but it's been a blessing for sure. It's such a amazing feeling, and I really, really enjoy it. And I'm a big advocate to anybody who is listening, if they're kind of on the cusp of it or anything like that, like, just do it, man. Just like, man, you can do it cheap. My bike is perfectly functional. Like, I can ride it every day. I don't worry about it. Like, obviously I'm putting a little TLC into it because I want it to be better. But man, I did it for, Blake was saying he did it sub 3. I did it sub 1500. Like,
well, and like for me, and I think a lot of people out there, like, spend a long time going, man, that's something that I want to do, something I want to try, something I want to get into, whatever. And when I finally jumped into it, and that's the direction I went. I realized that there was a long time that I thought about it, that I could have been enjoying it the whole time.
Oh yeah. Ultimately, I think what it comes down to is motorcycles are it's a life experience, and it's got it'll tingle your balls a little bit when you want it. It'll bring you a little bit of joy, a little bit of zen. It just kind of depends on what you need, but it'll
get out a little bit of anger, man.
Yeah, sometimes you need to work out some aggression. Sometimes you need to find a chill, happy place. Like you can do both of those things.
And like zoning out is the wrong term, because that's absolutely not what it is. But like if you need to get something
if
off your
anything,
mind,
it's hyper focus.
Yeah, hyper focus, and you kind of forget about everything else.
It's zoned out like hyper focus. Mowing a yard, like trying to keep the line straight.
Right.
You're hyper focused on keeping the line straight, and it allows you to drown out all the other things.
But I think what it comes down to is if you're thinking about buying a bike, you need to observe rule number 1.
Yeah, don't be a pussy.
Don't be a pussy.
It's not for people that don't observe rule number 1.
And if anybody tries to tell you not to, you need to tell them to abide by rule number 2.
Dude, and if you do buy a bike, you're going to ride, and shit's not going to go your way. Like, you're going to have the moment where you leave the fucking key on, and your battery's dead, and you go to ride your bike, and the motherfucker won't start.
Yep.
Like, you're going to have that moment. And dude, if you don't observe rule number 1, you won't be a biker. Like, you'll be one of those dudes that paid $10,000 for a Harley and it's set in the garage and you never fucking rode it. You put, 2,500 miles on it in 8 years.
Yeah, absolutely. But either way, you need to observe both rule number 1 and rule number 2. If you would like to hear more of Whiskey and Whiskers, be sure to check us out on Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, and YouTube. You can check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We have new episodes every Monday. We drop midweeks usually during the week, and we have other content coming on all of our other platforms. So be sure to check us out. Again, that's Whiskey and Whiskers, and we'll see you next week.
Ah.